So as you can see, I have shea butter, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, cocoa butter, vitamin E oil, and an essential oil that is safe for baby. I have measured out a half of a cup of each oil and butter. The cocoa butter is really hard to scoop out. I use the ice cream scooper to scoop out the ingredients. I actually used a scale and I found out how much a cup was in grams, and I did pretty much half of that. You're gonna need a double boiler or something of that sort. I actually don't have my 2-cup measuring cup, the glass one that I had before, so I had to use a metal mixing bowl and a pot that had a strainer in it. It was a weird concoction that I came up with, and it worked. So now I'm pouring the coconut oil, the shea butter, and cocoa butter all into the metal pan. I'm going to melt that down. This is called Gentle Baby by Young Living. I love Young Living oils. I'm not affiliated with the company, but I love the oils. Those are the only oils I use and trust. But Gentle Baby is amazing. It smells like baby, literally. Right now I'm pregnant and I have my baby's room empty. Only baby stuff is in there, but I do diffuse every now and then. I'll diffuse Gentle Baby and it makes the room smell like pure baby. It is amazing. So I decided to use that oil. I used 20 drops of this and I added it to my sweet almond oil. I also added into my sweet almond oil my teaspoon of vitamin E oil, along with those essential oil drops. I'm going to remove my melted butters from the double boiler and I'm going to put them in my mixing bowl. If you don't have a KitchenAid stand mixer or a stand mixer, you can do this by hand. I put my mixing bowl in my freezer for about 30 minutes. I suggest you leave it in longer, maybe upwards of an hour, but keep checking on it to make sure it's not totally solidified if you cannot use a stand mixer. So what I did here was I added my sweet almond oil with the vitamin E oil and the essential oil. I added all of that to the cool mixture of butters. You do not want to add essential oils to a hot base or oil or butter because it'll pretty much evaporate and the scent won't be there anymore. So I suggest that you add it once you've cooled the butters off and then proceed to mix. I just let my stand mixer go. Like, I just let it go. I played with it a little bit. The reason I decided to use shea butter, cocoa butter, and coconut oil is because they all have their own properties. Cocoa butter is good for dry skin. Shea butter is good for dry skin. Coconut oil is good for dry skin. They're all good for dry skin. And the coconut oil is moisturizing oil. Of course, some people have issues with it on their skin, on their face, as far as it being drying, but I feel that it's okay to use on a baby's skin, in my opinion. Most of the recipes I found were based with cocoa butter and or shea butter. I decided to use those. Those two are more solid, so they were going to give me a better consistency as far as like keeping everything together and gel together, I guess you could say, because if I was to just use coconut oil during the summer, it would be like really watery. As you can see from when I put things in the double boiler, it was already kind of melted. So I definitely suggest use cocoa butter if you're not going to use shea butter. But I think the consistency that I got with this was amazing. And I did, kind of add that sweet almond oil to balance out the texture of the shea butter and cocoa butter. And of course the coconut oil, since it's, not winter yet, it was actually, kind of loose. And as you can see, things are transforming from that translucent, oily consistency to getting a little bit thicker and frothier. To stop my mixer and put everything in their respective jars. This made quite a bit, as you can see, from a half of cup of all of these oils and butters, and it created a bunch. So I was gonna make a body butter for my husband and I, but I decided that since the shelf life is usually around 6 months, that I was going to refrigerate the baby, since I'm like 8 weeks out from my baby being born. I was just going to refrigerate this to make the shelf life a little bit longer, and then use what was left over for our bodies, because we do not use lotion. We've actually been using coconut oil, and it's annoying when the coconut oil is melted and you have to carry around like this little jar of coconut oil, and it was just too much going on. So we decided to that we're going to use the excess baby balm on ourselves, and it's so smooth. Here's a shot of once it sat overnight, and it like makes this popping sound when you like glide over it. And it feels so smooth and rich. It's just so I cannot wait to rub this on my baby.